guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mrs. G. In this video we are going to be looking at the 2016 Social Studies CSEC multiple choice past paper. Let's get to it. Alright, question number 1. Which of the following are aspects of the socialization process? Recreational, activity, religious teaching, and reproduction. So we have seen this question before. Reproduction in itself is not a part of the socialization process. So the options would have been 1 and 2. So your answer would have been letter A. Number 2. In which of the following family types are cultural traditions passed from older members to children most easily? So that means you need to have older persons as well as children in the same household. So that would have been an extended family. So your answer for number 2 would have been letter B. Number 3. The term patrifocal refers to a family in which A. The father is the authority figure in the household. So patri is relating to father, so the options would have been here for father, or probably with husband. So the options are father is the authority figure in the household, mother is not present in the household, kinship is traced along the father's line of ancestors, husband and wife live at home of the husband's parents. So your answer for number 3 would have been letter A. That is, the father is the authority figure in the household. Number 4. More husbands are now performing household chores mainly because they A. get more time off from work than their wives, B. they prefer to remain at home and assist their wives, C. they enjoy using the labor-saving devices in the home, or D. they are responding to a changing role of family members. So that would have been letter D for number 4. They are responding to the changing roles of family members. Number 5. Which of the following is not a role that females traditionally play in the family? So in this question, the key word here is traditionally, and also not, that is in bold. So the options are caregiver, homemaker, breadwinner, and socializing agent. So because it says the role that they do not traditionally play, your answer would have been breadwinner, which is letter C for number 5. Number 6. Which of the following would most likely result from women working outside the home? 1. Improved standard of living. 2. Higher self-esteem for women. 3. Decline in family values. So the options here are, you would certainly have an improved standard of living since you would have another person working, which would bring in more money into the home. It would give a higher self-esteem for women, and to an extent there can be a decline in family values. That's a little debatable. So the answer for number 6 would have been letter D. Number 7. Which of the following situations represents a recent change in role of family members? Fathers being employed in white-collar jobs. They were always employed in white-collar jobs. Mothers spending more time with their babies. That was always the case. Adolescents playing a part in family decision-making. Not necessarily. And grandparents playing a more effective socialization role. They were also always doing that. So your answer for number 7 would have been letter C, where adolescents are now playing a part in the family decision making. Number 8. Which of the following best explains the reason for the promotion of family planning in the Caribbean? So why is it that they are promoting family planning in the Caribbean? This question is also on the 2015 paper. So you can go ahead and watch the 2015 paper. I will leave a link for that at the top of the screen. So the options are A. To ensure a balance in numbers between males and females. B. To teach parents to supervise the activities of their children. or to allow persons to have sexual relationships with chosen partners. Or D, to give parents control over the number and spacing of their children. So your answer for number 8 would have been letter D, which is to give parents control over the number of children they have and how they space out the children. Number 9, which of the following is likely to undermine the authority of parents in the home? A, setting and enforcing clear rules for conduct, inconsistency in rewarding and punishing children, giving cash allowances to adolescent family members, or allowing children to participate in the family decision making. So the one that would really undermine the authority of the parents is the inconsistency in rewarding and punishing children, because they would really not know when they should do what. So that would have been your answer. That is letter B. Number 10, unemployment and hard economic conditions have forced both parents in some Caribbean families to migrate, leaving an elder son or daughter to care for younger brothers and sisters. Which of the following problems is least likely to affect the younger brothers and sisters of such families? So both parents are gone and they are living with an older brother or an older sister. You may have low achievement at school. You may have a breakdown in discipline in the home. Lack of adult role models in the home as well. The question said which one is least likely to affect them, which is the lack of opportunity for peer group interaction. They would have opportunity for peer group interaction because they are literally living with just an elder brother or sister. Number 11, which of the following most likely accounts for the high incidence of street children in the Caribbean? That is, which one of these is the main cause of street children in the Caribbean? So is it selling of illegal drugs, stealing to support self, abandonment of children, or involvement in prostitution? So the answer for number 11 would have been letter C, which is abandonment of children. Number 12, which of the following is not a way by which traditional customs are kept alive in the Caribbean? So traditional customs, that means they are being passed on. Archives compiling local oral history, that would have been one. Villages organizing folk festivals annually, that would have been one as well. Families practicing ancestral dances regularly, that is also one. Government supporting senior citizens' home, that would not be one. So the question said which one is not a way to keep traditional customs alive. So if the government is supporting the senior citizen home, that is not keeping the customs alive. So your answer for number 12 would have been letter D. Number 13, which of the following characteristics must a group possess for it to be considered a formal group? Code of conduct, specific objectives, or membership requirements? They would actually need all three. So for 13, your answer would have been letter D, that is option 1, 2, and 3. Number 14, a school is a formal group mainly because the members perform the same rituals, they live in the same community. We know that that is not the case. They are selected by other members. That's not the case either. They participate in community activities, not always. So your answer for number 14 is letter A. They perform the same rituals. Number 15, which of the following actions is likely to lead to the survival of a group? A, solving problems as a group, members acting individually. If the members are acting individually, that means there is no group cohesion. They are not working towards a particular goal. So that would not cause the group to survive. Leader controlling all the group members, that would not cause the group to survive either. Some persons would actually break away. Members being critical of the group goals. It is imperative that members of a group have the same goal in mind so that they can actually work towards achieving that goal. So the one that is likely to lead to the survival of a group would be solving the problems as a group. So your answer for number 15 would have been letter A. Number 16, which of the following are characteristics of a strong leader? 1 is willing to make decisions, is always lenient with members, or does not tolerate disorder. So we are sure that option 1 is involved, which is they are willing to make decisions. So using the process of elimination, you would have A, B, and D, because 1 is already in those, is always lenient with members. If the strong leader is always lenient, that basically means you can get away with anything. So that would not be an option. So you would have been taking out 2. So you would have removed A from your options, you would have removed C from your options, and you would have also removed letter D from your options. So you are left with letter B as your answer. And the third option is does not tolerate disorder. That's a strong leader as well. So your answer is letter B, that is option 1 and 3. Items 17 to 18 refers to the following dialogue. When Marvin was group leader, he was always ordering us about. That's what Sita said. And Paul said, me, I prefer a group leader who allows members to do as they please. So the leadership style of Marvin, as described in the dialogue above, is, so Marvin was always ordering us about. So that is an autocratic leader who is making all the decisions on their own. The other options are democratic, charismatic, and laissez-faire. So for 17, the answer would have been letter A. Number 18, Paul's statement indicates that he prefers a leader with a style that is. So Paul's statement says he prefers a group leader who allows members to do as they please. That is a laissez-faire leader. So for 18, it would have been letter C as your answer. Number 19, adolescents are most likely to influence each other in a positive way when they force each other to accept the same values. Alright, so it said positive way. So once you're forcing someone to accept values, then that would not be your answer. Advise each other to carry out antisocial activities. That would not be your answer either, since it says in a positive way. Encourage each other to always challenge adult views, not necessarily, as from time to time the adults can possibly be correct. So that would not be a positive influence. Or become involved in guidance and counseling activities. So yes, adolescents are more likely to influence each other positively when they become involved in guidance and counseling activities. So your answer for number 19 would have been letter D. Number 20, democratic control and open membership are features of a street gang, public company, private company, or a cooperative society. So that would have been letter D. We saw this question before as well. So number 20 would have been letter D. Number 21, which of the following would not usually be associated with educational institutions? So educational institutions, they do have rules and regulations. They have customs and traditions. They do not suppress your freedom. They do have some amount of transmission of culture. So your answer for number C, since it said would not usually, would have been letter C. Yes. So your answer for number 21 would have been letter C, which is suppression of freedom. Number 22, which of the following may be classified as institutions? That is government, marriage, and religion. Government is an institution. Marriage is also an institution. That means we are left with options B and option D. Religion is an institution in itself. Religious practice is not an institution. I saw a question like this one before where the option was religious practice. So that would not have been an institution, but religion of itself is an institution. So your answer for number 22 would have been letter D. Feel free to tell me what you think in the comment section below. Number 23. Which of the following is least likely to lead to protest by a trade union? So which one of the following would cause a trade union to be protesting? Inadequate benefits for workers? Certainly. Unhealthy working environments? Certainly. Few opportunities for promotion, or expensive housing for managers? Alright. Expensive housing for managers can be something that would cause a trade union to protest, depending on the type of business it is and if it is something in relation to how the money in an organization is being spent. So if it means that they are providing expensive housing for managers, then that could be something that could lead to protest. For few opportunities for promotion, that is more of an internal matter, and you really don't have to get a promotion. It is not against the law for you to not get a promotion. So that is the one that is least likely to lead to protest by a trade union. So your answer for number 23 would have been letter C. 24. Which of the following election strategies is a political party likely to use to reach a large number of persons in the shortest possible time? Public meetings, everybody's not going to go. Radio advertisements, it will possibly reach a wider audience all over the particular country. House-to-house visits, you simply won't have enough time because the question says to reach a large number of persons in the shortest possible time. Or D, public opinion survey. So your answer for number 24 would have been letter B, which is radio advertisements. 25. Caribbean countries where the Queen of England is the head of state may be described as republics, monarchies, democracies, or dictatorships. That would be monarchies, and Jamaica is one such place. So your answer for number 25 would have been letter B. Number 26. Which of the following groups of Caribbean countries have a republican form of government? So Guyana and Trinidad is like that. The options, yes, so we have Guyana and Trinidad there. That is letter C for number 26. Number 27, in a constitutional monarchy, the political leader of the victorious party becomes the Prime Minister, Governor General, Leader of the House, or President of the Senate. Your answer for that would have been the Prime Minister, as is the case in Jamaica, which is a constitutional monarchy. The leader of the victorious political party, that person would have been the Prime Minister. So 27, your answer would have been letter A. 28. The role of the opposition in Parliament can best be described as inciting civil disobedience and mass protest. No. So you're talking about what they should actually be doing. That's the role of the opposition, what they should actually be doing in Parliament. B, voting in favor of all bills. No. C, rejecting policies which the ruling party proposes. No. D, analyzing government's policies and presenting alternatives. This is their role. So your answer for number 28 would have been letter D. Number 29. In all CARICOM countries, citizens have the right to vote. The right is preserved because A, general elections offer every 4 or 5 years. That is not the reason. B, citizens only vote if required by the law to do so. That's not the reason either. C, it is enshrined in the constitutions of these countries. Or D, there are 2 or more political parties for which citizens to vote. So the reason why the right is preserved is because it is a part of the constitution of these countries. So your answer for number 29 would have been letter C. Number 30. The constitutions of Commonwealth Caribbean countries guarantee citizens freedom of conscience, expression, assembly, and movement. These freedoms are usually referred to as citizenship. That's just your right to live in a particular country that you were born in. Well, not always born in either. B, civic duties. C, human rights. Or D, independence. So your answer for this one, the ones that they mentioned, your citizens, freedom of conscience, expression, assembly, and movement, those are your human rights. So your answer for number 30 would have been letter C. We're going to stop here for this particular paper. If you would like to see the rest of the paper, if you'd like us to continue the explanations, if you are benefiting from the explanations, please ensure that you like the video, leave a comment below to let us know, and subscribe to the channel. Once we see that, we will go ahead and do the other section of the video so that you can benefit from the video. Let us know if you like the video and let us continue talking about it. If you have some questions, feel free to send a DM to Natken Educational Services on Instagram, or you can leave a comment below so we can discuss there as well. Thank you so much for watching. It is always a pleasure to assist you.